Guys, I just was so excited today. I had to come online and review a new product I got from Charlotte Tilbury as a little treat to myself. Now, it's her instant look in a palette, but she's brought out a new shade called Beauty Glow. Now, I have to say, I've got both of her other ones. I think these are great. If you've got no Charlotte Tilbury products and you really want to try something, I would suggest getting this. Now, this is £49. So it's not cheap, but I do think it's good value. And the reason is for this. So when you open this up, you will see you have an absolutely huge mirror. I'm going to cover it up, otherwise you're just going to see myself. But you get a huge mirror, right? Okay, which is nice. But you also get, for that money, you get 3 eyeshadows, which are colour-coded, and she instructs you on how to use them. You get Bronze and Glow, and you get the 2 cheek pops. So she calls them Pop and Swish. Right, now, her cheek colours on their own are £30. Her Bronze and Glow on its own is I think £49 as far as I can remember. I might have to correct that later in the comment section, but I'm sure it's £49. And her eye quads, okay, this is only 3, but her eye quads are £39. So for £49, you're actually getting a lot of Charlotte Tilbury product. And so if you want to be introduced to her brand, it's a good way of getting at least her Bronze and Glow, and a cheek blusher, and also her eyeshadows. Okay, so without further ado, I just wanted to talk to you about some of the shades. Now, when I first got this, I'm going to be really honest with you, because I've got the other 2. There were a couple of things that surprised me about this. But actually, having thought about it, I'm still quite happy about it now, and I'll tell you why. First of all, when I swatched this one, obviously she's got a base colour, and then this is the enhanced shade. I couldn't get very much pigment from it on my finger. And the really weird thing is, so I actually was thinking of sending this back, because I just thought that's not on really. That's supposed to enhance my shadow. But actually, when I put it on my eyes, it did actually show up, and it's really beautiful rose gold. The other little surprise that it did really surprise me was that the bronzer in this palette is not darker than it is. Actually, I'm going to test this out later, and I might do a comparison video of all the 3. But I'm sure that in her Seductive Beauty palette, the bronzer is actually deeper than this. And that surprised me, because this is supposed to be about summer glow. And yet actually the bronzer isn't that dark to me. Now, and then I thought about it and thought, well, actually, she does have to cater for every complexion in this palette. And I think that is the difficulty. The highlighter, I have to say, is beautiful. And it's got such a sheen to it, with it obviously being a Beauty Glow, that it is very, very close, if not identical, to her bar of gold. And the cheek colour, now this I looked at and I was a bit scared about, but the cheek colour is actually really beautiful. It's like, if any of you got the beach sticks, and you know that it sort of makes you look like you've got a really natural tan, the cheek colours really pull that off too. Now, I'm going to do a very quick demonstration of this, but having experimented yesterday, first of all, before I start, I just wanted to tell you that when you order this, if you order over a certain amount at the moment, you get a trial size of the supermodel body, which is quite nice, but I'm not really... I'm interested in making up my face. I'm not really interested in, I don't go to lots of glamorous events where I'd actually need that very much. So it's nice, but it's nice to have it in a trial size. And you also get a sample of a wonderglow, and you get this beauty card, which is basically the whole look. Now, when I came to checkout, got to tell you this, the only thing that I'm not happy about, when I came to checkout, normally you can order 2 samples. Regardless of what sample she decided to throw in, you can order 2 samples. Wouldn't let me do that, so I contacted Charlotte Tilbury, and they said that they've stopped that at the moment because of the beauty GLOWMO. Now, the thing is, I've already got wonderglow. I've got a full tube of it, so I didn't really want a sample. I'd rather choose my own samples. Supermodel, very nice, but again, I'd rather have chosen my own. Now, I actually asked about whether I could get a sample of this overnight bronze and glow mask, which appears to be, it's a new product, it appears to be a self-tanning treatment. But they said they don't have a sample in that. So that's the only thing I will say that I wasn't really very happy on. I'm not going to purchase a whole bottle of self-tan. I'm half Indian, probably don't need it. But I may have been tempted if I tried a sample. I may have been tempted because obviously the lady on the front here looks like she's of Asian descent, and it looks a very nice picture. But I've not usually gone into self-tanning products because I'm half Indian and I can tan anyway. So that's all I will say is, you know, Charlotte Tilbury, let us choose our own samples rather than throwing in a promotion and forcing us with certain samples. Because actually I'm not going to buy those products that you've given me for free. As nice as they are, I know I don't want those, but there are other things that I would have tried. Like I wanted to try the Magic foundation in a different shade because I can't get my foundation right. I can get really close matching Wonderglow, but not in Magic. So let us choose our own foundations, please. Right, over to this palette. I have a little tip. I did some experimentation last night. Beautiful, beautiful rose gold palette, right? But I came across a little bit of a tip last night, having tried it out. And if you like your rose gold, if you particularly like the rose in your gold, and you have Moon Beach beach stick, use the Moon Beach as a primer for your lids, right? Because obviously it helps lengthen the time of wear of your eyeshadow, but it also just brings out the rose gold in this palette so beautifully, and it makes it sort of rosier, right? Less gold and more rose. And if you like the rose more than the gold, definitely try this. So I did this last night and I'm sold on it as a primer for my lids. I know they talk about cheek and lips, but it works. So it doesn't irritate my eyes either, the beach stick. I don't know why they don't suggest it. So that's the beach stick in Moon Beach over my eyes, and I've used that as a primer. I am now going to show you the palette and quickly make myself up. I've got less than 5 minutes before YouTube will not let me upload this video. So I'm going to go straight ahead and show you how quick this is. So I'm going for number 1. They're all colour coded. Number 1 as a base colour. Obviously I already put my Moon Beach, but this just makes it look gorgeous. It's sort of, it just strengthens the colour to a kind of rose gold rather than just a gold with a hint of rose in. You can't really see it as well on the camera. Okay, and then, as I said, I'm just going to do this really quickly, folks, to show you how quick it is. Because actually, I would normally take a bit longer. But I want to show you that actually, you really don't need to take that long with it. Now, this is the enhanced shade. I am following Charlotte's tips with the enhance. Beautiful again. Really lovely shade. Looks really nice. So that's number 2 in the palette. Really quickly I'm doing this because I chatted for too long. And then I'm going to take my smudge brush and I'm going to smudge some of this enhance under my eyes, like so, and like so, and then I'm going to put a little bit of the smoke shade, which is this third one in the palette, just in the corner of my eyes and a little bit along the crease to define it with the smudge brush. Okay, I'm going to blend this all in with my fingers. But definitely try it with Moon Beach, guys, if you have it, because it's so fantastic. And then a little bit the other side. And I'm going to use this as well to line my upper lids, lower lids, upper lids, lower lid. Okay, so that, with a bit of smudging in, is now, what she says is to use it with the Audrey pencil, which I've got, and the full fat lashes. But I'm just going to move on and show you the cheek colours and the bronze and glow. So I'm going to start with the bronze. Now, I do still think if you have got darker skin, I think this is going to look beautiful on pale. But on darker skin, it is very, very subtle. It's okay. I think, Bobby, you don't want to go too mad anyway. Because once you get to the blusher, the blusher is quite powerful anyway. It's lovely, but as I say, it's quite subtle if you've got darker skin. I think if you've got darker skin than me, you might want to go for, stick with her dark bronze and glow, rather than, if you're light to medium, you can get away with this. I'm not sure whether or not it would be dark enough for anybody that has to go for the dark shade. I'm going to leave the highlighter for now, and I'm now going to do, just quickly clean off that brush, and I'm going to do the Swish and Pop. Now, the darker shade is the Swish, and this is beautiful shade. So I'm just going to put this on, and as I say, it gives you a very natural kind of sunburnt, not sunburnt, suntanned, been on holiday glow. Beautiful, really lovely. And I'm going to use a highlighter brush actually for the highlight shade to finish off. And you will see again, this is really lovely. The highlight shade is really, really beautiful. You can see it's got lots of sparkle in it. Not sparkle, but it just shows up a lot. It's possibly not one you want to wear for work, but you know, on a summer's day when you want to show off your tan, I can see that this is a really beautiful shade. So that is my review of the Charlotte Tilbury. I think it's well worth it. As I said, my reservations at the beginning, I think were not founded because of the overall effect. And even with the bronze and glow being lighter than I expected, I do think actually when you go to put the blusher on, it kind of balances everything out. And one thing I will say about Charlotte, she does balance all her products out well.